It is 5:29 now. You are watching the moment about 4 hours ago at 1:20 p.m. when the world was introduced to Pope Leo XIV. Cardinal Robert Prevost is the first North American-born pontiff in the history of the Catholic Church. And that is going back to about 2,000 years of popes. And now we have one from the U.S. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Tim Lammers.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Plenty of firsts tonight, so let's go over 3 fast facts about Pope Leo XIV. Pope Leo is 69 years old, originally from Chicago, born Robert Prevost. He's also a Peruvian citizen and spent much of his career outside the U.S. He started as a missionary, then became an archbishop in Peru before Pope Francis made him a cardinal in 2023.
Pope Leo is a relatively new face in the Vatican. Many Catholics worldwide are learning more about him tonight.
And we're hearing from local religious leaders on how they feel about the new pontiff. Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro joins us live outside the Archdiocese of Hartford with some local reaction for us. Angelo.
Hey, good evening, guys. And you could feel that joy and excitement at Vatican City just as the new Pope was introduced and that white smoke started pouring out of the Sistine Chapel chimney. And then came even more joy and excitement. And then you got surprise once Pope Leo XIV walked out, addressed that crowd. And that surprise has really quickly rippled around the globe, even here in Connecticut. That's the message we're getting from these local leaders. Let's show you that moment that Pope Leo XIV came out, addressed that crowd at St. Peter's Basilica. Pope Leo emphasized a message in those remarks of peace, dialogue, and missionary evangelization. He spoke to that crowd in Italian and Spanish, but not English. Pope Francis brought Leo to the Vatican in 2023 as the powerful head of the office that vets bishop nominations. That's one of the most important jobs in the Catholic Church. There was a lot of surprise to see a U.S.-born Pope walk out, given the country's geopolitical power. Archbishop Christopher Coyne with the Archdiocese of Hartford told us that he never thought an American would be elected Pope. He was pretty poetic in his remarks. Take a listen.
I have to say, when the announcement was made that Cardinal Prevost was to be our next Pope, I was stunned. The first words out of my mouth were a 2-letter phrase, of which the first word is holy. And I will leave the second word to your imagination. Pope Leo is appointed to be a bridge between the global north and the global south, I think. In his times as an Augustinian missionary in Peru, he served the poor and those on the margins for over 10 years as a pastor, a teacher, and an administrator. He is fluent in English, Italian, Spanish, French, and Portuguese.
And those local Catholics all super excited, joyous about this. Now they're trying to fill in those blanks to see what Pope Leo is going to be all about, what his mission is going to be in his tenure as Pope. Now, it took cardinals only 2 days to elect a successor to Pope Francis. That is among the shortest conclaves in recent decades. We are live here. I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61. I'll send things back to you.